Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
It's January, you know what that means. Though, admittedly, Luke Harper's been doing this gimmick on Twitter all year, and I don't know what that means, so maybe you don't know what that means. Well, let me tell you, January means a few things. 1, it is my birthday. 2, it is Chopper Pete's birthday, 31 times. And 3, it's the Royal Rumble. Which means WWE fans are gonna get 60 opportunities to be surprised, 60 potential massive pops, and 60 opportunities where you might just go, not that guy, I hate that guy. But just who is that guy? Where is that girl? Is she coming back? And whomst faces whomst in matches that ultimately are kind of just filler because it's WrestleMania in 3 months. I'm El Fagin or Laurie Blake, and here are all of the WWE Royal Rumble rumours for 2020 that my team of sneaky snoops found. Roman Reigns to win the Men's Rumble. What was once the joke rumour that Roman Reigns would just win everything has sort of now come back round again. Only this time I think the fan reaction is actually leaning the other way for him, which is good. Because whereas before WWE's insistence on sort of just shoving the big dog down our throats had people booing him big time, after he returned from his leukemia treatment, made the leap to SmackDown and started this program with King Corbin, which I'm not saying has been great. I mean, lest we forget the dog mascot, the dog food, the dog noises. Rubbish. It has at least elicited the right response from the crowd. Actual people actually cheering actual Roman Reigns. Who'd have thunk it? So now would be a good time to capitalise on the upswell of good emotion around Roman Reigns and have him pick up a Royal Rumble victory. And that is something that the bookies are backing too, because he's currently the favourite in their eyes to win the 30-man match in January and earn a coveted opportunity to point at the WrestleMania sign in all of its pirate-themed glory. Yarr, I'll be there. And I mean, you can add to the bookie speculation by saying he's also won it before back in 2015 that set up his infamous match with Brock Lesnar where Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase and just stole away the WWE Championship. But I mean, whatever happens, it'd be nice to see Reigns back in a Rumble, especially after he missed last year's while undergoing his treatment. Ronda Rousey to win the Women's Rumble. There's a sort of lovely symmetry to this because it was Becky Lynch who limped through last year's match to earn a shot against Ronda Rousey at Mania, and since then it's been Men's Hour on WWE TV and we haven't heard hide nor hair of Ms. Rousey, who reportedly left to start a family and enjoy the simple life up on her ranch. Now, according to betting odds, she is the favourite to win the match, with Shayna Baszler, her MMA horsewomen running buddy, close behind but photo finishing ultimately second. Now, the question of whether Ronda freaking Rousey really needs to win the Rumble to set up a title match is kind of moot, because she could just stomp through the door, mean face on, and anime point at the Mania sign, and basically the management would be falling over themselves to book that main event. And now Shayna Baszler isn't exactly the sort of new star that could benefit from a big Rumble win, but she is at least the face of NXT's women division and has been for some time, so this could be a good signaler of her main roster call-up being imminent and the start of the reported big plans that WWE has for her on Raw/SmackDown. Now, if you want my opinion on who should win the Women's Rumble though, that would be Rhea Ripley, because she had a heck of a November and got over like a legitimate star with important wins over some of the biggest names on the women's roster, and capitalizing on that right now could be one of the best things WWE's women's division's ever done. Becky Lynch versus Asuka. In a surprising turn of events, winning both the SmackDown and the Raw Women's Championships at WrestleMania 35 actually kind of stopped a lot of the momentum that Becky Lynch had built up throughout the beginning of 2019. Because once she captured the Raw title, Ronda Rousey just left the company and WWE sort of went, oh, Rousey's gone. Time to turn down the effort levels on the old women's division. Because Becky was Becky 2 belts for a little while, but that didn't exactly last very long, and then she had feuds with Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks, and now Becky finds herself in the women's tag division, despite being the Raw Women's Champion. Becky 1 belt is fine. Other than Charlotte, the last person to actually defeat Becky clean in a singles match was Asuka, who tapped her out at Royal Rumble 2019. Some of that symmetry again. Asuka, who was SmackDown Women's Champion at the time, then would go on to lose to Charlotte, but she still has that important victory over Becky, which could well factor into a storyline. You gotta add to that also the recent Raw storyline of the Kabuki Warriors tormenting Lynch and Flair, and their victory over them at TLC, which ended with an image of Asuka atop the ladder, holding the belt, victorious while her... Wait a second, whoa, look over there, Roman Rousey's gonna do a spear and it's in the crowd. Whoa, cut off the woman. So with all of that bubbling away, Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio is reckoning that Lynch versus Asuka is the likely direction for WWE to go for the Rumble. And what that means is probably that Becky's likely going to get the win back to make sure that no one remembers Asuka won clean last year, and then Becky can just move on to a feud with either Charlotte or a returning Ronda Rousey in time for WrestleMania season. Because it would be very easy for Becky to win, say there's no one left to beat, and then, I don't know, Ronda Rousey comes out and challenges her. The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend is a feud that's been sort of bubbling away nicely since before Survivor Series, which, frankly, D-Bry did not actually survive. He then survived even less when The Fiend attacked on SmackDown, dragged him through the ring mat to the Hell Barber Shop. And then this ongoing Razor War even raged at TLC, where Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend, easily dispatched The Miz, but the match itself was really designed to further the story of Bray and Daniel, as post-match Bryan returns with a "Who's your daddy Busaiku knee?" and just beats him down. And look, he's had a close trim, he looks like the American Dragon Bryan, and has brought back the Yes movement too. Wyatt himself also even said in a Firefly Funhouse promo that he isn't finished with Bryan just yet, which obviously teased that we could be in for another match between the two. And this makes more sense than starting another filler feud for Rumble season, because the groundwork has been laid, and Daniel Bryan did something that Seth Rollins didn't manage to do in his Fiend matches. He got cheered, which is important because as popular as The Fiend is, he is meant to be a monster and you should be treating him as such. The theory then is that once The Fiend beats Daniel Bryan at the Rumble, he's on to Roman Reigns for WrestleMania, which is fine by me. NXT Championship on the line. At Survivor Series 2019, the NXT Championship was on the line for the first time ever on a main roster pay-per-view when Adam Cole defended against former United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne. It was easily the match of the night. And with WWE looking to do basically anything to give NXT a push over AEW on Wednesday nights, it would make sense to have more NXT matches on big main roster pay-per-view cards to sort of funnel viewers over to USA on Wednesday for the Black and Gold brand's TV show. Now, NXT also dominated Survivor Series, and the Wednesday Night Wars figures are closer than ever before, so you could imagine Vince McMahon might give the NXT Championship a prominent spot on one of his Big Four pay-per-view shows to cement those numbers properly. Because there were plenty of WWE fans talking during the Survivor Series match saying they'd only ever watched main roster stuff before, but they really enjoyed NXT's style of wrestling, which just goes to show if you feature it more, you may convert more of the Raw and SmackDown faithful to it, because you already do have the biggest wrestling audience on TV. You just need them to watch another one of your shows. John Morrison to return. Now, it was announced in early December that John Morrison, Mundo, Impact, Hennigan, Third, Senior, wherever else he's worked, GameStop, Tesco, had signed with WWE for the first time since leaving the company in 2011. And while we do know that he's definitely signed on the dotted line and he's been posting images at the Performance Center, there are few clues as to when he's actually going to make his return. But funnily enough, the Royal Rumble is famous for bringing back old stars and re-debuts, and it would seem like the obvious choice for Morrison, given his particular set of skills in the ring. As with many of the stars who've left WWE in recent years, Morrison went off to make a much bigger name for himself wrestling for the likes of Lucha Underground and Impact, and he's come back to WWE as a potential main event star, something he was struggling to do before under Vince McMahon's burying umbrella, which it kind of sounds like a sort of like a shovel umbrella, something sort of like shovel this end and then an umbrella out that, like, I'll put it on Dragon's Den. And although Morrison is now 8 years older than he was when he left WWE, he has lost none of his speed or his high-flying ability and is bound to be welcomed back with excitement by fans. Now, giving him a good spot in the Rumble will remind fans what he's capable of and show new fans what they can expect from John Morrison going forward. But the big question is, will he be bringing Melina back with him? I'll ask Val, actually. She knows her. I'll ask Val. Nia Jaxx to return. Now, Nia Jaxx fell victim to every wrestler's worst nightmare in April 2019 when she managed to tear her ACL in both knees. It's an injury that's been suffered by the likes of Seth Rollins, Dominik Dijakovic, Tegan Knox, and many others in WWE and wrestling promotions the world over. The initial diagnosis was that she would likely require around 9 months of rehab. And you know what comes 9 months after April? It's either January or December. It depends on when you started actually counting, but around now. So that means with any luck, she'll be ready to make her comeback any time now. And with there being no real rush to bring her back, it's not like they're trying to make a good show on Raw. Fans, either way, will be happy to see her back in the ring. And there's also just the possibility that she returns in the men's Rumble match. I mean, she appeared in last year's one to great effect, and even though we don't have a Dean Ambrose to embarrass on his way out of the company, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who could just be her fall guy. I mean, I did a whole list of people who should quit in 2020. It could be one of those. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below who you would love to see return at Royal Rumble 2020. And while you're down there, give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, because it's the only way to make sure you're never going to miss another WrestleTalk video. I've been El Fakador, and that was Lucha.